my 2-month itinerary in Colombia. What up? My name is Joe Boldis and I'm gonna give you a breakdown of my 2-month itinerary. If you want to see the most of Colombia, you'll need at least 3 months of active traveling. I spent 3 there, but one of those months was mostly just chilling. I'm gonna make this as short as I can, so let's get it. My 2-month itinerary in Colombia. So I started my Colombia adventure through the border of Ecuador and Colombia in the border town of Ipiales. I crossed the border from Ecuador, took a taxi, which was like around $6, walked up to the castle. I did it all with all my stuff and was really tiring because it's a couple of kilometers walk and it's all uphill. Then I took the bus to Popayan, which was around 8 hours. After nearly missing my stop, I arrived in Popayan. It's a very colonial city. I met some Luxembourgish girls there and I followed their plan when I arrived. We checked out a volcano, but we failed to climb due to weather. And then we actually had a hitchhike back because there was actually no transport there. We checked out Tierra Adentro, which is a national park. We spent 1 night there, and from here, we went to Cali, which was only 3 hours. Cali is a cool city, not too big and not too small. So this is the salsa capital. Took some salsa lessons, and I also did some capoeira, which is an Afro-Brazilian mixed martial art disguised by dance. We also went to the 3 Cruces, which has an amazing view of the city and a gym. Then we went to the day trip to San Cipriano. Over there, you get on a motorcycle train thing, then it takes you into town. It's a really shady place, so I don't suggest sleeping there. Then get your ass over to Buenaventura. So Buenaventura, the city is super dangerous, so don't even think about staying there. We just headed straight to the pier and went to San Pedro Island. We brought our own food for 3 days in Toucan Hostel. There's no fridge there, and in those days, the hostel owner offers some activities. We only did the jungle trek to this awesome water hole with some zip lining, sliding, and jumping for just $3. After I made a detour to San Agustin for a couple days, I met back with my group in Salento. Salento is a small village just 40 minutes from Armenia. This is a coffee region and a place to just relax. Well, I didn't relax because I went on a 3-day, 2-night trek. One of the craziest and best experiences of my life. It's not easy, but it was worth it. It was an epic experience, to say the least. From here, we went to the famous place, Medellin. So now we go to Medellin. Medellin, like this place is crazy, you know? It's very big. It's got 2.5 million people and has the best public transportation in Colombia. Main things we hit were Guatapé, Camino 13, the free walking tour, and a couple of parties because it was my friend's birthday in that time. Very fun place. So from here, I had choices of where I wanted to go. I could go for a cheap flight to San Andres for $50 or take a 20-hour bus ride to Cartagena for $30. Didn't have much money to spend in San Andres, so I split from most of my group and went to Cartagena.
I hope it's fake though.
Seriously? Fuck, that's a lot of gas.
Cartagena is a cool, colorful city. We stayed in the old center, which is actually where you want to be. The new center is cool, but one day there to see the beach and chill is just about enough. Over here, we just died of the heat and went out to the bars, we danced and just had a great time. There's some great vibes to be had there. Could I spent more time here? But I'm just going with the flow. And the flow meant to hit up Santa Marta next.
Cartagena! Cartagena!
This place is crazy.
Hermano,
Wish you guys were here.
Santa Marta itself isn't that great. We spent a night there, went to the beach, did some drinking, saw the city. It's what's around Santa Marta that makes it the destination to be in. We headed to Tayrona National Park the next day. And we actually went to Bohemia Beach instead, because the night before we had a hangover and it made us start very late. So Bohemia Beach was amazing, like so amazing. But when we were there, the waves are really crazy, but we spent time there because it's like a getaway from a getaway from a getaway. So Punta Guineas was a new mission. It's one of the desolate places of Colombia. It is a mission to get to. We took a bus, then a private car, then we shared a 4x4 to Cabo de la Vela, then we spent a night there in a hammock for $1. Cabo has some really cool, calm ocean water. Reminded me of the water planet in Interstellar. Then to get to Punta Gallinas was only by tour. This place is where the ocean meets the desert. Northernmost part of South America. It's crazy up there. So many fake toll booths set by locals and kids. They even have grandmas selling shrimp in scorching temperatures. On the way back to Santa Marta, we took a detour to Puritaca for a night in a resort turned hostel. It was really, really fancy. Back in Santa Marta, we went to Taganga. We booked an Airbnb for $16 a night. Checked out a few beaches, went snorkeling. Those beaches though, they're full of bums. And I met travelers who got robbed by those bums on those beaches. I went on 2 dives, which was about $50. You get on a tiny boat. It's not even that far from shore, but it's pretty cool. You see a lot of fishes. After Taganga, we went to the nearby town of Minca, which is simply a must do. Just for the burgers, Go to the Lazy Cat restaurant and get the jalapeno spicy burger. Thank me later. We went on some treks, we saw some waterfalls, and we went to a cool hostel retreat place that we found on accident, which has some actually good vegetarian food, and it got me full. The view from the room and the toilets was just spectacular. This place was the highlight of Minca besides the burgers and the reunification with the girls. Even got to see good friend Eyeball Paul on the way back from the largest hammocks in the world. We headed back to Santa Marta and headed straight on a bus for over 10 hours to the extreme sports capital of Colombia, San Gil. We did a double bungee there, which was awesome. It was 20 bucks, so you know, you have to do it. So much stuff to do here, but we were on a tight schedule. We took a day trip to Barichara, which is a cute little city, made a little walk to Guarane, beautiful place. Bogota was one of the final destinations, which is the capital of Colombia, and most don't like it. It could be the terrible transportation, the freezing temperatures. But besides that, it's cool. There's actually quite a bunch of stuff to do here. We went to the botanical gardens, played some Tejo in a sketchy ass neighborhood, walked around the city, and also went on a day trip to Zipaqueria to see the Salt Cathedral. It's an underground church in a salt mine. Took a few hours to explore, but it was actually really cool. Then after saying a hard goodbye to the Luxembourgish girl I had been traveling with, I headed to Villa de Leyva. I stayed at Hostel Sioux, played awesome games of the Colombian gunpowder game, Tejo. Then during the day, rented bikes, checked out the clay house, also known as Terracota Casa, and Posas Azules. At night, this hostel has bonfires, games, family dinners. I met some great people to socialize with. It was a great time. I highly recommend going there. From here, I was faced with a lot of decisions, but I went back to Bogota. I stayed in around 10 hostels there. Did more stuff in Bogota, like I took the best Colombia history tour I have taken in all of Colombia. Went up to the view spot to see the city, but to get there was kind of sketchy. I actually ended up in a bad neighborhood and being escorted by cops. Then one of those days, I reunited with my friends again. The connections made in Colombia were one of a kind. There you go, everyone, my 2-month itinerary in Colombia. So my 3rd month comes in after Bogota. I was a bit tired of traveling and headed back to Cali to relax. I learned some salsa, did some capoeira. I was there for a few weeks, and I was actually even sick over there for a little bit too. And I went up to Armenia to see a friend and go on some coffee tour, and then back to Medellin to check out Pablo Escobar tour, which was actually underwhelming. And a final night out before leaving on a plane back to the USA. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions, let me know. Stay tuned for more travel videos, as I have a lot of information to share from the countries I have traveled to and countries I will be traveling to in the future. I will see you next time, and have a wonderful day, everyone, and keep traveling. I don't care who you are. Like, you could be a backpacker, you could be grandma, you could be, I don't know, student. Just travel. I like it, and you should too. Or not, I don't know. Do whatever you want. Peace.